This is Dave Wilhelm. The purpose of this video is to help students in my classes that use Connect. Connect is an online teaching supplement included with a number of McGraw-Hill publications. This video is only relevant to you if you are taking a course at Wake Tech, taught by Dave Wilhelm, using Blackboard as a learning management system and with the Connect online supplement. A number of Wake Tech courses use Connect, but Business 110 and Business 137 are the only ones I'm currently teaching. Other instructors may use a different protocol for registering, but this one works pretty well. There are 3 sections to this video. The first section describes how to register with the Connect system. The second section describes how to complete and submit the multiple choice quizzes, and the third section describes how to complete and submit the LearnSmart exercises. Registration. The starting point for registration is having logged into Blackboard. One comes into the announcements section when you log into Blackboard. To register for Connect, left-click on the Connect Quizzes item in the menu at the left. Click. From here on, click is going to mean left-click unless I specifically specify right-click. Then click on MCCH00. Short for Multiple Choice Chapter 00, which is an introduction. I am assuming here that MC Chapter 00 is available, as it will not be available after the deadline. If you're trying to register later, just click on any MC or LS. Click. This takes you to a new page, the Launch McGraw-Hill link. Click Launch to continue on to the Connect website. Before you leave this page, you may want to click the Do Not Show This Message Again box, which will skip this intermediate page in the future. I think it's there just to remind us that we're going to a different website. Click on Launch. From the Launch page to the Welcome to Connect page. I'm assuming at this point that you are not registered, so you want to click the Register block toward the bottom next to where it says Not Yet Registered. Just below the Register button is an offer to go to Connect Student Help. I suggest you carry on watching this video unless you need some additional help after you've finished watching this. So, click the Register button. They would like your email address here. I suggest you use your Wake Tech email address, though any email address will do. For our current purposes, I'll just use some random and silly email address so that it's unlikely it has already been registered. How about xxxyyyzzz at aol.com. Click Submit. At this point, you are presented with 3 options. If you have already purchased a registration code, just enter it and click Submit. You will be asked for some additional information, but your registration is essentially complete. Or you may purchase the ebook and Connect Access by clicking Buy Online. In this case, you will also be asked for some additional information, plus eventually a credit card number. This also gives the option to purchase a discounted print copy. The third option is to take advantage of a 2-week courtesy access. This may be useful if you have some funding challenges or if you're not sure that you want to remain in the course. Do be reminded this is just a 2-week courtesy access. If you do want to remain in the course, you will need to either get a registration code somewhere or buy online. Whichever way you have registered, you may now continue on with the deliverable you clicked on back in Blackboard, return to Blackboard, or just exit. Here we are again, logged in at the announcements page in Blackboard. To access the Connect multiple choice quizzes, click on the Connect Quizzes button on the menu at the left of the screen. Click. Then click on the MC quiz you want to work on. I will use MC Chapter 6 for this demonstration since I've already used all my allotments for Chapter 00. Scroll down and click. To the launch page and click Launch, or if you've previously selected Do Not Show This Message Again, you will have skipped this page. Click. Here at the MC Chapter 06 page, assuming we have not used all our allotments and that the deadline is not passed, it reminds me of the deadline or due date and time, which attempt we are on. In this case, it's the second attempt, and a mention of the time limit. We want to take the quiz, so click on Start the Assignment. Click. And another information block. No instructor message. What could I say beyond take the quiz? Another reminder of the deadline or due date and time and the attempt number. Don't worry about policy changes. Do be reminded that the quizzes are automatically submitted at the deadline or due date. Click Go. Click. And finally, we get to the questions. They are scrambled, so the order you see them in will almost certainly differ from what we're seeing now. Choose an answer, hopefully the correct one, then click on the right arrow in the top middle of the page to go to the next question. We'll just do enough here so we have a few to review the correct and incorrect answers. Red Hastings created Netflix. His inspiration had to pay a sizable late fee for returning a DVD. Which statement accurately describes his key to success? His idea solved a problem sounds good. And next question. A small business investment company is I think that's a private investment company licensed by the SBA. Not sure about that. Next question. A business plan for a new business does not need to include the names of the prospective lending companies because the others seem pretty necessary. Yes, it's annoying to have to click the arrow to go to the next question. Wants to start a small business, importing some progress. Some good advice to Miriam would be talk to others. Andre works for a company, entrepreneurial culture, development time provided on the job, employees who use their creative talents to generate ideas and create products within large companies are called, I think that's entrepreneurs, but let's call them analyzers just so we get an incorrect. Next question. Small business administration defines a small business as a firm that is independently owned but not dominant in its industry. Annual receipts of more, oh, wait a minute. is dominant in its industry. And let's make sure we get this wrong. Okay, I've still got 25 minus 19 to go, but that's enough. Uh, Note the timer in the upper right-hand corner so you know the time remaining while you're taking the quiz. After you've answered all the questions, click Submit. Do not click Save and Exit as it gets really awkward. Your quiz and its answers are automatically submitted at the allowed time, whether you are ready or not. So click Submit. After you've clicked Submit, if you've skipped any of the questions, Connect notifies you and gives you a chance to retake them by clicking on Cancel. Or if you're ready to go anyway, click on Submit Anyway. We will click Submit Anyway. And here is your feedback. The overall score at the upper left is 16 over 100 points, or 16%. Question number 1, our answer was his idea solved the problem. That was correct. Next one we got right. Next one we got right. Number 4 we also got right. Whoops, number 5, I got that wrong. And it tells me I got it wrong, so the correct answer must be one of the other 3. Similarly for number 6, I got that wrong. After you finish reviewing, you probably want to click Return to Blackboard up here toward the upper right-hand corner. Click. Oh, my Connect session has expired. Please return to your institution's Blackboard login page. That should have happened smoother than it just did. At any rate, assuming things go well after one is clicked Return to Blackboard, you will come back to the Connect Quizzes sheet. I do want to mention the cases where one tries to take the quiz after the deadline, or when one has already used all the allotted tries. So remember MC Chapter 00, where I've already used all my allotted tries, so let's try again. MC Chapter 00, click, launch. And here on the MC Chapter 00 page, instead of the information we were hoping to get, it simply says, you've run out of attempts on this assignment. Okay, let's return to Blackboard. Or, if you've missed the deadline, as we have for an example, late example testing, click Launch. And this time, I get the message that this assignment was due on 8/5/17 at 3:30 p.m. Go away is basically what they're saying, so might as well return to Blackboard. Now let's consider accessing and completing a LearnSmart exercise, abbreviated to LS just to keep it nice and short. As always, our starting point is having logged into Blackboard to the course and sitting at the announcements page. To access the LSs, click the Connect LearnSmarts button on the menu at the left of the screen. Then click on the LS you want to work on. Let's use LS Chapter 04 for no particular reason. Here's that annoying intermediate launch page. If you've been following along in Blackboard and Connect and you have not already selected the Do Not Show This Message Again option, you may want to do so now. Either way, click Launch. A reminder of the deadline, date, and time. Click Start Assignment. The LS system takes a minute to get organized, but here it is. Do review the information that is offered on this page rather than just go to do the exercise. Clicking on any of these pages to the left will bring up the chapter that you can read. Eventually, it will be time to do the exercise. To proceed, click the icon at the bottom left of the page that says Practice.
You haven't read anything yet. If you want, you can start to practice to see how well you know the topics in this chapter before you read. SmartBook will advise you to go back to reading if it looks like you do not know the topics very well.
Let's X out the annoying message, and here we go. At the bottom of the page is a counter that shows how many questions remain for you to finish the exercise at 100%. Note that there is no time limit for the LSs. You may take as long and come back as many times as you wish, even after the deadline. But your score is not affected by any progress you make after the deadline. There are various types of questions: multiple choice, multiple answer, fill in the blank or blanks, ranking. I think that's all of the types. At the bottom of each question are some boxes where you may enter your confidence level in your answer depending on the question type. Some of the question types have your choice between I know it, think so, unsure, and no idea. Other types just have submit and give up. You are required to click one of the buttons before you can proceed. Again, this is not my idea. I find these buttons annoying and with no redeeming social value, except that if you click no idea or give up, depending on the question type, Connect presents you with the correct answer without requiring you to enter your own guess. That's a bit of a reminder that this is a learning process rather than a strictly assessment process. Let's try a couple. Corporate policy refers to the position a firm takes on. I have no idea. Political and social issues. Okay, we didn't get any credit for that, so we've still got 40 items left. A communication tool many companies use to inform diverse groups of their social responsibility efforts at little cost is social media. I know it. And got to click OK. Now we just have 39 items left. Compliance-based ethics codes can focus on, let's see, that's the one that is written by lawyers, increasing control, penalizing wrongdoers. Yeah, I know it. Okay, let's get one wrong. Rank the following jobs according to their importance and influencing the implementation of ethical standards. List the most influential on top. That would be top management, but let's say part-time workers. Oh, put them in proper order. Okay, that's a pretty bad order. Let's say unsure and submit. And boy, it didn't like that a bit. When you are finished or ready to take a break, and let's click OK, so, well, it's not going to give us credit for it anyway. When you are finished or ready to take a break, click on the upper left menu that looks like 3 short horizontal lines. They're kind of dim, actually, not a lot of contrast. Click on that, and then at the left bottom is a Leave SmartBook line. Click on this to return to the Connect LearnSmart's Blackboard page. And here we are. Let's continue. Go back to LS Chapter 4. Launch. Dates. Start assignment. This time we did not have to click on practice. Companies try to act in a socially responsible way are likely to focus on such activities as providing safety equipment, increasing the diversity of their workforce. Oh, using recyclable packaging too. Hiring only women and minorities? No. I think so. Got it right. Okay, and notice our little counter went down to 37. Let's get out of here, leave SmartBook, and we're back to the Connect LearnSmart's Blackboard page. Recall there is no time limit for the LearnSmarts. You may take as long and come back as many times as you wish, even after the deadline, but your score is not affected by any progress you make after the deadline. A student can review their Connect MC and LS scores in either Connect or in Blackboard. Our starting point, as always, is the announcements page of the course. To review the deliverables and scores in Connect, click Tools and Communication, then click McGraw-Hill Higher Education, then click Go to My Connect section, Launch. We're presented with a list of all the Connect deliverables. To see your scores, click on Performance towards the top middle of the page, and then select Reports. And here are the results of the deliverables I've done, starting with the Chapter 20 LS, then a few quizzes. The quiz scores appear shortly after you've submitted them. Note that I used 3 attempts at MC Chapter 00 and 1 or 2 attempts for each of the other quizzes. For more information on a quiz, click the score and return. The LS scores, such as the Chapter 20 on money, financial institutions in the Federal Reserve, appear after each deadline. For more detailed information on an LS, go back to the Connect page we came in on and click on that LS to directly access it. You're welcome to wander around Connect if you're following along, but for our current purposes, let's go back to Blackboard. Click Return to Blackboard near the upper left-hand corner. Click Announcements to return to our regular starting point. To check your scores in Blackboard, click My Grades, and a list of the deliverables and scores appears. Here are shown the scores for the Chapter 20 LS and MC Chapter 06. For more detailed information on a quiz or LS, click, and that takes us back to the Connect score information where we can get more details if we wish. Return to Blackboard. On the upper right-hand corner of the My Grades page is an Order By box. This enables us to arrange the deliverable scores by either last activity or by course order. I suggest you use last activity. That way, whatever deliverables you've submitted will appear right at the top of the list, and you won't have to wander around to find them. The other method, course order, arranges the deliverable scores in the same order I have them arranged in the course, and you would have to search around a bit to find the scores. They're there, just not so easily. So let's leave that back at last activity. I do a weekly audit to ensure that the scores are transferred correctly from Connect to Blackboard. Please check this yourself occasionally as well. Do give Connect and Blackboard a few minutes to transfer the information. If it hasn't transferred correctly after a week, then send me a reminder email. And that's it for the Blackboard to Connect tutorial.